Welcome back to It Ain't Rocket Science. I'm Adam Balkin. In recent years, live theater has incorporated technology in new and innovative ways, and there's no better place in the country than Broadway to catch the latest and greatest. But before the magic hits the Great White Way, there's a place where the spectacle gets pieced together, and it's miles from the hustle and bustle of New York City's theater district. Stephanie Simon gets one-on-one with the architects, engineers, and technicians that build Broadway.
In the hit Broadway musical Aladdin, the genie grants 3 wishes. But a lot happens behind the scenes before Genie's magic can hit the stage. The show's producer, Disney Theatricals, looks to Hudson Scenic Studio to make its wishes come true.
Well, most things in show business, particularly Broadway shows, are all dreams. And bringing it to reality is a great, great challenge and really fulfilling it.
That's what happens here at Hudson Scenic in Yonkers, New York. They build sets, the infrastructure for Broadway plays, musicals, and almost any other attraction you can imagine. Scenic designers sketch out their dreams, but it's up to Neil Mazzella and his team to figure out how to make it all work, and then build it, piece by piece.
So if they want something to float in midair, we're going to find a way to make it float in midair, whether that be with the new technology or a new design, or an old magic trick with a little levitating arm.
John McPherson has worked on several Aladdin sets. On our recent tour of the studios, we caught a glimpse at the newest creation being built for London's West End. Unlike the animated film, here everything needs to be built from scratch, with a different sleight of hand.
So they're doing a lot of the steel work of lifts and elevators. So all this work here, you'll never actually see it on stage, but this is all the work that has to go into building the scenery. This is the lift for Aladdin in the UK. So this is the main lifting platform that'll be in the basement of the theater that'll bring up the wonderful Cave of Wonders stairs.
We are inside the metal shop. We've got our safety goggles on. There's a lot happening here. Tell us what this is.
Right, this is the carrier for Jasmine's balcony for one of the iconic scenes in Aladdin. But what you see there is these roller skates that'll actually fit into a track, and then that carrier itself gets attached to a chain that gets attached to a motor that makes it move automatically within the scene. When you go see a show, you see a lot of scenery move around on stage without any stagehands or without anybody else moving it. This winch itself might be in the deck or it might be in the ceiling, and it'll move the scenery up and down, left and right, in order to make the magic happen during the show.
Mazzella has built many of the biggest and most impressive sets in the world. He says this part of showbiz requires some serious STEM skills.
Carpenter, ironworker, electrician, and in today's world, motion control specialists, draftsmen, engineers.
For film and theater lovers who haven't considered the science, technology, engineering, and creativity that make dreams come true on stage, this is certainly a whole new world. For It Ain't Rocket Science, I'm Stephanie Simon.
The arts play an important role in many tech-related fields, and the video game industry is no exception. The immersive interactive worlds created by game developers require intense collaboration between technical and artistic teams. And that was the focus of the inaugural Tribeca Games, where gamers, coders, and designers and more gathered to discuss the intersection of art, tech, and gaming.
It's an online phenomena that is transforming the way we think about gaming. Massively multiplayer role-playing games, or MMORPGs, are revolutionizing the gaming industry. Tribeca Games teamed up with Riot Games to celebrate this gaming community, specifically League of Legends, an MMORPG with a huge following worldwide.
It was a good opportunity to be able to talk to an audience about what it's like to make games. We're hoping to speak to indie developers, students who are interested, as well as fans of League of Legends.
The event was a celebration of the craft behind League of Legends, with panels on game design, art development, and storytelling through gameplay. It was a day-long celebration of the cross between art and technology.
Embracing technology and embracing the artist in all of us. And I think it's important to embrace the artist in everyone, because without art, you don't have an identity.
It's about the community. We really know we've done something great when we can see a community come together for something like this just to celebrate, League of Legends. It's not like we're announcing a new feature, an expansion, or a sequel or anything like that. We just want to talk about the game.
Games like League of Legends have benefited from the explosion of esports, or competitive professional gaming, that takes place on a global scale.
When you look at very successful game titles over the years, a lot of them just hit at the right kind of inflection of technology and culture. And I think things that have really been good for League of Legends, obviously esports is growing rapidly right now. Twitch streaming and YouTube have been very, very good to us. Who would have thought, like 5 years ago, that millions of players would sit down every day and watch other people play video games? Not even professionals, just like normal people. It's crazy.
Greg says he hopes the conversation started here might inspire the next great game maker.
Hope that we inspire a lot of young people to get into, software development or game development specifically. And it takes people with all sorts of backgrounds. It takes computer engineers to write the code. We have probably 10 different kinds of artists when you consider everyone from like animators to riggers. It's a kind of dizzying variety of careers that can go into it.
If you're interested in gaming and have never considered a career in game development, it may be time to take a closer look at what this industry has to offer.
From video games on the stage to the silver screen, an entertainment industry titan connected with teens recently to discuss the crossover between art and technology in the making of computer animated films. Pixar's Chief Creative Officer, John Lasseter, gave students a lesson on movie making fundamentals.
At Pixar, we have a saying: art challenges technology, technology inspires the art.
Pixar rock star John Lasseter stopped by El Museo del Barrio in New York City to give a public lecture on what it takes to bring the animation studio's characters to life.
That's the foundation of Pixar, is that the collaboration between art and technology. The traditionally trained artist and the incredible computer scientist or computer artist working together. And the lines are really blurred as far as where kind of the technical side ends and the artistic side happens, because it's all very creative.
The lecture was given in collaboration with the Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum, where a new exhibit called Pixar, the Design of Story, is on display through the summer. But this exhibition isn't just occupying gallery space, it's bringing Pixar animators into the classroom for a select group of lucky students. At PS 102, the Jacques Cartier School in East Harlem, students got a hands-on design lesson with animators for Pixar's new movie, The Good Dinosaur.
We're basically making models of a Pixar character.
What we're doing today is showing kids how to basically start with cutouts, which are really simple shapes, and we actually do this when we're starting on the characters from scratch. So our job basically is to create something, and we do use paper. The technology part hasn't come in yet, but ultimately everything that we're creating is going to then end up on film through the CG medium. But it all starts off just on your drawing board with simple cutouts, a simple drawing, and then it gets translated down the road to this big technological extravaganza, which is the animated film at the end that you see.
And that wraps up this episode of It Ain't Rocket Science. As always, to find more hands-on science, technology, engineering, and math opportunities in your community, head over to www.connectamillionminds.com. And until next time, it's been a blast.